As the Christmas season draws near, one team always rises to the crescent of English football, and they proved it again. While Swiss precision sounds a warning to the pretenders. Hi there and a happy December to you. I'm Patrick with this week's edition of the Midweek Highlight Show from the stadium at hoohaa.my. The tennis season ends with Roger Federer stating his intentions for next year, while Manchester United are in seventh heaven as they lead the Premier League. That's all coming up in this edition. But to start things off, we look at the 16th Asian Games. It all came to an end on Saturday as Guangzhou beat Federer after what's being considered as the best games ever. No surprises, each host always tries to outdo the previous country, and Guangzhou surely delivered beyond expectations, and so did its athletes. The Chinese dominated the majority of the 42 events contested, ending the games with 199 gold, 119 silver and 98 bronze medals. South Korea finished in second with 76, 65, 91, and Japan in third with 48, 74, 94. Malaysia came away with their best showing ever, hitting the 9 gold medal target, though earmarked sports such as women's bowling failed to deliver, while other athletes had to toe the line, such as the men's squash team. Though there were praises all round, questions are being raised on some of the performances, like the men's badminton team. The ministry is also considering axing archery's Olympic program after poor outings in Guangzhou and also in the Commonwealth Games. But let's not rain down on Guangzhou's parade. The organization of the games were flawless, and they even raked in a profit. The Guangzhou Games signed up 52 sponsors, which raised a record $454 million in sponsorship. According to Chinese news agency Xinhua, the amount is 5 times the total raised by the Doha Games in 2006. Well, now it's over to Incheon, South Korea for the 17th edition in 2014. Time to move on to tennis, and the ATP Tour Finals in London showcased the top 8 men's players, and the final matched up the world's number 1 and number 2 players, Rafael Nadal and Roger Federer, as the Swiss played his best tennis on his favorite surface. Federer won it in 6-3, 3-6 and 6-1, taking 97 minutes to wrap up his 5th season-ending title. A warning for what's possibly to come from the Swiss next year, as he will surely want to reclaim that number 1 spot. But he still trails Nadal by 3,305 points. So the Spaniard will have enough in the bank to remain at the top in 2011. And speaking of who's on top, time to switch to our European football roundup. Our first pit stop, the English Premier League. They are usually slow starters, and by the time Christmas season comes along, that's when they begin to strut their stuff. That description only refers to one team, Manchester United, and they got their groove back in outstanding form over the weekend, where Dimitar Berbatov produced a 5-star performance. The Bulgarian netted 5 goals in United's 7-1 demolition of Blackburn. The win, the margin of the victory, and Chelsea's drop points at Newcastle sees the Old Trafford team at the top of the table, ahead of the Christmas run of fixtures. United take a 2-point advantage as Chelsea's 1-1 draw with Newcastle and Arsenal's 4-2 drubbing of Aston Villa puts both London clubs level on points. Man City are in 4th, while another come-from-behind victory over Liverpool leaves Spurs a point away from the Champions League spot. Bolton and Sunderland drop to 5th and 6th, while that hard-earned draw over Manchester City moves Stoke into 8th. Liverpool's loss slips them to 10th, with teams in 11th right through to 16th, all with 1 win away from creeping into the top 10. This weekend, Chelsea, Arsenal and Man City all play at home, while United travel to Blackpool. Liverpool will go against their old boss Gerard Houllier as the Reds take on Aston Villa. But some of the fixtures could be postponed as an unusually cold spell blankets the UK. So it's time to spice it up with some Italian flair from the Serie A. Sadly, the excitement was not provided by the top 4 teams, as they all failed to notch wins over the weekend. AC Milan drew with Sampdoria, Lazio drew with Catania, and Juventus were held by Fiorentina, while Napoli lost to Udinese by 3-1. Inter Milan gave coach Rafa Benitez some breathing space with a 5-2 victory over Parma. Palermo's 3-1 win over Roma moved them up into 6th, as Udinese, who were in the relegation zone a few weeks back, are featured in the top 10 this week. The one to watch this weekend will be the sole Friday fixture, as Lazio hosts Inter Milan, and a win could be on the cards, and that's thanks to Inter's resurgent form of late. Now we trade the Fiat for an Audi as we head over to the German Bundesliga. No change in the top 4 as well, as Borussia Dortmund keep their 7-point lead. Dortmund beat Borussia Mönchengladbach 4-1. Mainz defeated Nuremberg 3-0. Bayer Leverkusen only managed to draw with Hoffenheim, while Hanover beat Freiburg 3-0. The story of the weekend has to be about Bayern Munich. After losing to Roma in the midweek Champions League tie, they bounced back to thump Eintracht Frankfurt 4-1 and are now placed in 5th, while Frankfurt slipped to 9th. Meanwhile, Hamburg move up into 7th thanks to that 4-2 victory over Stuttgart. Strange lineup of fixtures this weekend in the German Bundesliga. 6 out of the top 7 teams are playing away, while only Leverkusen have a home tie against Cologne. But Dortmund will still be at the top for at least another 2 weeks. And last but not least, we trade the Audi for a bull, as it's time to say ole as the Catalans showed who were the special ones. All eyes were on the El Clasico on Monday night, Tuesday morning at the Nou Camp. And what a result! Barcelona 5, Real Madrid 0. And surprisingly, Lionel Messi wasn't on the score sheet. And Jose Mourinho had to swallow a very bitter pill, as we now have a new league leader. Barca's free scoring form, 17 goals at home and 21 goals away and conceding only 8, must have been something Mourinho was aware of, but they just couldn't contain them. Barca now have a 2-point lead and a healthy goal difference. Villarreal and Espanyol recorded impressive away wins, while Valencia and Mallorca picked up home victories. Sevilla are dropping like a brick, this time a home loss at the hands of Getafe. There's no let-up for Madrid this weekend as they face 4th place Valencia, while Barca travel to 12th place Osasuna. I picked Villarreal's home game with Sevilla, and that could dump the visitors out of the top 10. Looking ahead, come Thursday, we will find out who will host the 2018 and 2022 World Cup finals. England are banking on the 2018 event, something the whole nation hopes will revive the ailing British economy and winning the cup as well. Then there are also bids from Russia, joint bids from Holland and Belgium, and Spain, Portugal, along with bids from Japan, Qatar, Australia and the US. It is quite certain that the championship will return to European soil after 2 World Cup venues in the Southern Hemisphere. But with all the controversy surrounding bribes, who knows how the committee will vote. And that's a wrap for this week as we leave you with images of the fireworks display at the closing ceremony of the 2010 Asian Games. Until the next time, from the stadium at hoohaa.my, you stay safe.